Hello.
Hello. How are you today, my friend?
It's Monday, and I'm here, so I'll take it.
Good. All right, guys, as you come into the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up just because we asked you to. Today, we are going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 12, front page news. What were your thoughts on the episode as a whole? Yay or
I mean,
nay?
episode as a whole was solid. I'll take a yay on this one, and
Mhm.
it was nice to see our friend of the show, All About the Tea, get a shout out. Did you notice that when the blog came up? It had
Yeah, when they were
yeah,
doing all of the different ones, because at first it
right,
was just page 6,
yeah,
and then they started flipping.
yeah. And he's All About the Tea in the
Mhm.
background. I was like, oh my goodness, like so happy. It was nice to see, um, good hard work rewarded. So
That's
that was
right.
a part of the highlights for me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the highlight for me, like I told you earlier, was Kenya's confessionals. They gave me a giggle. They made me laugh. Her trying to sing, like her confessionals have been very entertaining this season as a whole. Okay, so just a quick summary of what happened in the episode. Um, the blogs drop what supposedly happened at their bachelorette party. So the blogs have gotten a hold of it, and all the women are talking. Kenya has a little heart to heart with her daddy. Sparks fly between Kenya and Drew at dinner. Marlo takes the girls to the farm. Kenya goes to therapy, and everything that could possibly go wrong does go wrong with Cynthia and her wedding.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do we begin?
I mean, we can probably just go through the episode. Do we want to drop the link now? Just yeah.
Sure.
We
Okay,
can
you
just
go
go.
ahead. You start while
Yeah.
while I get this
I
sorted out.
mean, for me, I have to say it was interesting. So when they were talking about, I want to say were they at the table or were they in the sitting on the hay? I can't remember where it was. My apologies.
Mhm.
But when they were trying to figure out, oh, who leaked the story to the blogs, and it was funny, like as they were going through each confessional, they all thought it was Kenya, and it wasn't. It
Mhm.
was like a clean sweep. And then what struck me was when Kenya was denying it, but she said, "Well, if it were B Scott or this blog, then maybe." I'm like, "Oh,
No,
okay."
you know what got me? In her confessional, she goes, well, obviously it was one of us. It had to be somebody told a friend who then said it to the blogs. Okay. So is that what you did? That's what got me.
The
She
reason
had
why
the
I said that was
roadmap. She had the roadmap for it.
she did, but what struck me was this. She said, "Oh, well, no, it wasn't me. If it was B, I was saying if it was B Scott or this other blog, that struck me because that tells me that you do uh leak stories to the blog,
Yes.
and
And
yeah,
didn't Nene once say that Kenya was a page 6 girl?
yeah,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and Nene was known for
B Scott,
um
I think.
B Scott,
Yeah.
right? It's just
Mhm.
but Kenya's one of the ones in the past who's like, I never like leak stories to the blogs. So I'm like, interesting. Okay.
Mhm. I don't know. I think she gave herself away, much like how oh,
Hmm.
wait. I was about to say, like, how Tanya gave herself away. I know I'm jumping ahead, but when they're down on the farm with Marlo and Latoya comes in, I swear Latoya can never be my friend
Never.
because she killed everybody, and then she just totally dumps it on Tanya and says, "Well, it has to be Tanya because Tanya, must have dropped it to the blogs and ran away to Canada." What?
Well, it's fun because she said she didn't fled the country.
Yes.
See, Latoya cannot like. I'm with you. Latoya cannot be my friend because like you quick to throw me under the bus.
She's ridiculous. Like I can't even keep up. I have whiplash with her because she'll start off on Kenya's side, then she'll start investigating on behalf of Kenya, and then she'll turn on Kenya. It's very confusing to me.
Most definitely, it was just too funny. I was like, Latoya, boo cans, like, pick a side, stay somewhere.
Mm-mm. And again, she goes after poor Drew's. What's her problem with Drew? I just don't understand. Is this all trying to get a peach or something?
I It's just weird. You two don't know each other. I still think it's the simple fact that her original storyline was her coming from Nene, behind her aunt's job or something. Nene's not there, so she kind of felt like Drew was the easiest target because Drew's new.
So you go from attacking the matriarch to the newbie.
Right, because
Oh my
based on reports, Drew was iffy anyway. So she's thinking like, well, Drew's not on stable ground. So if you can't go for the queen, you go for the person who's on the shakiest ground, which is Drew, because she almost didn't make the show due to her injury.
God. Okay. I really want to make one simple request. If you are wearing wigs and you're wearing a hat, please find a hat that can fit your head, your hair, and your wig. Between Bell Collective and Real Housewives of Atlanta, I am so sick and tired of these small little hats being crammed on people's heads, making them look odd and weird. Cynthia, I don't know what was going on with her hat in the car with Mal. It was just, oh my God, I hate to say this, but is Drew just doing this on purpose with these wigs? Does she not have a friend, a mirror? Her wigs throughout the episode, with the exception of her confessionals. Wait, what confessional look did she have last night? The blue sequence dress with the plain wig?
I think
Okay,
that's what it was.
yeah. I don't know. I'm speechless with these wigs. And then she's offended when Latoya says something. I mean, I was kind of feeling the storm wig, but then as
Yeah,
the
I was
day
feeling that one.
progressed, it got stringy, and yeah, it didn't hold up very well. Um,
I was feeling the storm wing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, that's a good color. She can pull it off. My issue with, and maybe I'm too simple, but I'm a sucker for a center part. Why is your part all the way to the side? I never understand that. Keep it nice, a nice clean center part, straight down, perfect. But that's when you do those parts all the way to the side, it throws off the wig. It doesn't make it look right. Because you like if you notice Timber, like comparing to Bell Collective, when Timber has that deep side part,
don't even talk
it just throws the whole it makes it doesn't look right. But if she has a straight center part, straight down, it's perfect.
She had one wig this season that looked semi-decent, but the ones with the extra volume, I
Right.
just can't.
You know
It's
what it is it makes her look cartoonish. But we go to this episode. Sorry, guys, I know we're skipping shows, but you go to Timber's wig um on this episode. It looked good because it was bone straight. Her
mm,
head, it's just her head can't take too much volume. That's all.
she's a petite girl. It just
Yes.
it overwhelms her.
Hmm.
Okay, so wait, so let's get back to this shit show. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sorry, guys. That was my fault. Um, what do you think about all the catastrophes that are happening to poor Chill Wedding? Let's
I
see if we
mean,
could go down the list. What did she say was going on? 2 bridesmaids dropped out, 1 groomsman dropped out. Her mama's dress is going to arrive a week after the wedding, and Mike's ring is too small.
here's my whole thing, and maybe I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had a while to plan this wedding, a
Mm-hmm.
while, because you were set on this date. You knew the date. Why weren't all these details taken care of prior?
Is
Why
it
wasn't you?
is it bad that I forgot 2 things? Noelle's dress don't fit and a hurricane's coming. Okay, why didn't they take care of these things
Yes,
earlier?
yes. I'm just a person who feels that, say, any event that you have,
Mhm.
all pertinent, like super important details should be done a week early. They should not be done the week of. It's not going to work for you. It's going to add too much stress. Um, and you're gonna be like running around everywhere. And I'm sorry, let's be honest, Cynthia, you've been married once before. Mike, I think, has been married twice before, right? Two ex-wives? Is it two ex-wives?
I think so.
That's a total of 3 weddings. Y'all know how this should go. There's no excuse. This was for TV. And y'all all annoying me right now. I'm sorry. It's not your first wedding. This is between the two of you. It's gonna be your 4th wedding, and y'all couldn't get this sorted out.
I don't know. I just feel like Cynthia is just normally disorganized.
True.
Okay, because I feel like we've seen this before when her wedding with Peter, like that was a ball of confusion. And I think the only thing that she paid attention to really getting this for this wedding was the marriage certificate based on experience from the Peter wedding.
Hmm.
Everything else I feel has fallen to the wayside. And with regards to the bridal party um, dropouts, I'm just chalking that up to the pandemic. Maybe they failed a COVID test. I don't think people would purposely drop out of her wedding,
Right.
because they suddenly hate her or something.
Yeah, it had
Or
to be
they
like
have
a
an
post.
objection to the couple being together. I just think that's just pandemic related.
Yeah, it had to be something like pandemic related or something of that nature. And then my whole thing is, you know it's you know what the weather is like that during the year. You've lived there for a while, so
Mhm.
I would think that as soon as you saw the weather, any inkling of rain, any inkling of a hurricane, you automatically move everything indoors and you deal with it.
Mhm.
Just don't even think about it. Just make the plans for it to happen inside.
If you are having a wedding during hurricane season, you have to, in addition to plan A, have a plan B, a weather
Yeah,
backup.
right.
So this should not be major, in my opinion.
Exactly. Any hint of water, move it inside.
Yes. Um, what did you think about Kenya and Drew's dinner? Um, I thought it accomplished nothing.
Nothing.
I don't even know why they had it in the first place. What was Drew? Drew just wanted to get to know her?
Yeah, just to get them a better understanding, things of that nature. Because I think in her mind, she's like, you know what? I spoke to Portia and got Portia's side of the deal, and she didn't want to be just completely team Portia without hearing from Kenya, which is the mature, right thing to do. Is what I would have done. So she
Mhm.
wanted to sit down with her and talk to her and like say, hey, why was this done? Because I think she felt some sort of way because you brought your daughter, but you didn't even extend the courtesy um, to the rest of us who do have smaller children.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's Potomac all over. So she's wanted to like let her know her feelings without telling a whole bunch of other people and getting back to Ken. So she wanted to sit down, talk to her, but it was a waste of time. Kenya wasn't trying to hear it again. That's why she was frustrated. I think I'm in a similar person to Kenya in the fact like if we've already had this conversation and it's pretty much done with, I don't want you keep bringing it up because all you're gonna do is aggravate me. So I understood Kenya from that perspective,
Mhm.
but at that point, Kenya should just kind of like be quiet, let Drew vent, and then say, "Okay, I hear you. I understand your feelings. Can we move forward?" So I'm sorry. The food looked good. I'm not gonna sit there and waste a good dinner and waste my time. That's two things you don't waste: food and time.
What'd you think about the comment where Kenya said broke bitches split bills? I
Right.
split bills. Oh well, I'm broke, so okay.
I mean, when
I didn't
you,
think there was anything wrong with that.
well, when you, me neither, because you're not friends like that. Now, if it's me and a very good friend, generally we kind of fight over who's paying for it. And
Mhm.
then rather than get into an argument, we just split the bill 50-50. That's just
Quite
what we do.
quite honestly, if I were Drew, I wouldn't want to, and after how that dinner went, I would not want to give someone like Kenya the ammunition of saying she had to pay for my dinner and leave it as if
Right.
there was something wrong with me and my purse.
True.
But that's just the petty part of me,
Right.
why I would want to split the bill, but kudos for them for getting takeaway boxes. Mm,
Exactly. The food looked good. So I'm like, oh,
mhm. And I'm not
y'all.
a big salmon person, but even that looked good. I was more of a crab cake person.
Yeah, I'd rather have crab
Um,
cakes. I'd rather have the crab cakes than salmon too.
let's see. Oh, another meal. When Candy, Todd, Don Juan, and Latoya got together for lunch. Did you find it odd that Latoya was holding back on information that Kenya told her and was just wanted to see what Candy said before she admitted to knowing it?
Yeah, I didn't understand how she thought that was gonna work and why she would do that since Candy brought her into the group and they're friends. That didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, what are you trying to do?
I think that was a wake up call for Candy when she said, "Oh, so you did know that."
Right.
I think that was a wake up call for her and their friendship.
I agree.
Let's see, let's see. I'm saving the therapy part for last. Do you want to talk about Kenya talking to her dad on the phone? It's been a minute since we've seen him.
Hmm.
Um, and he did look like Santa Claus. He looked good, and I think he like when she said when he mentioned that her daughter's birthday was coming up and she's like, yeah, you gotta come, and he's like, how many people? And she goes, a 10, and he goes, I think not.
I think didn't he ask like, are there going to be some people there I don't like or something like that? That was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told her the truth, which I always like him because he always tells her the truth. He doesn't sugarcoat it, but he is, excuse me, he's cognizant of her feelings, which I appreciate.
Well, I loved it when he told her because he's celebrating his 39th wedding anniversary, and he says to her, you've been married for 3 years and separated for half of that. Ouch. And he's never like met Mark. Huh?
Right. And the funny thing is like, and she's like, yeah, I'm going on 39. She's like, well, I made it to three. He's like, did you make it to three? I was like, ouch. I was like, Dad, Dad is pulls no punches.
Oh my
But
God.
he made good points though. He made
So
very good points.
she tells him about Mark's reaction to her filing for a custody request, which was filing for divorce and an alimony request. But then she clears it up, I guess, in her confessional that it was withdrawn the following day. Um, that's not a healthy relationship.
No.
It's just not. Um, but good luck to her with that. And pray for little Brooklyn that she's not used as a pawn between the two of them. Um,
Exactly.
all right, so are we ready to talk about her therapy session with Dr. Christie?
Yes. Um, Here's the thing for me. I'm a big fan of therapy for anybody. Don't get me wrong. But why is it taking her this long to talk about these things? And then also, everything is always blamed on her childhood. Like, she takes no
Her mom.
ownership, her childhood or in her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She takes no ownership for Kenya as an adult. That's why I get frustrated, even though I'm glad she's in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk about these things, but it can't be I'm this way because that can't be the only thing, because since you're talking about these things, you're aware of your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're aware of your behavior, then you should be able to make the changes necessary for you to live as a happy, emotionally adjusted adult.
Mm-hmm.
What are
I
your thoughts on that
agree.
one?
I agree with what you just said. However, I think, has Kenya ever had therapy before? I don't recall.
Not that we've seen, but
Okay.
I thought that she had gone to therapy before. I could be wrong.
Here's my thing. I think Kenya is a creature of habit. And when she gets cornered, she just falls back into old destructive habits because she just doesn't know any better. And I hope she sticks it out with Dr. Christie or like on her therapeutic journey, because there is a better way to handle conflict in your life. And self-destructive isn't always the best way to move along in your life. And if you don't make a change now, you're just going to be passing these types of behaviors down to your daughter, because she's going to think it's normal for a person to behave the way you do. Um, I, Kenya Kenya attracts bad people because she is a bad person. Um, I don't know how much of it is a character that she plays on this show and how much of it is a real person,
Mm-hmm.
but I think in some aspects it might be blurred, those lines between those, like the
Mm-hmm.
character and the real person,
Right.
and those behaviors. There's some blurring there, and she needs to get a hold of that.
Agreed.
She
Because
got a kid now. She got a kid now. She got to do
for
better.
me, for me, you would think that she would understand, like, the energy you put out is the energy you attract. So you would also think that now she has a daughter, her sole focus really would be, um being the best mom she can and being the mother her mother wasn't to her. And I really enjoyed when she first came back and her and Portia were getting along and they were
Mhm,
bonding over being mothers, new mothers. I'm like, okay, this is good. I like this direction. Stay on this direction. I
mhm,
mean, you can keep Mark around as an accessory, that's fine, whatever, but stay on this path. And then she just couldn't help herself and she started digging back at Portia. I'm like, see, you just can't do right. You just cannot stand progress. So, like you said, she's a creature of habit. She falls into those old patterns of behavior. So this is put her in the position she's in. I really feel that if she focused on being the best mom she could, she would attract a man who's focused on being the best father he can be. And then
mm,
together they could be happy. But as long as she keeps going through these same things, these same antics, she's never going to attract a good man. It's just not going to happen.
yeah.
I just don't see it for her. Sorry.
Anything else? Anything else in this episode other than Portia's GPS getting her lost? I think that was like kismet that she got lost, because if she, somehow I feel like if she had shown up to the farm on time, it could have gone wrong with her and Kenya.
Agreed. But it was interesting that her and Marlo had like a little tiff. and it was
Yes.
and it's go. I could see why, but I could see both sides. Portia just trying to tell Marlo that the reconciliation was convenient and to watch out for Kenya. You have history, blah blah blah. And Marlo's like, "Well, I'm grown. I can make my own choices." I see both sides, but we see down the road that kind of goes a little just friction there.
But quite honestly, I think Portia needs to let this one go because I agree with Marlo. Just calling a ceasefire, they're not best friends by any
Right,
means of the imagination. However, they are stopping the sniping because it's detrimental to the entire group as a whole. Portia, this is where your newfound maturity is going to have to kick in. You
exactly.
know, just you don't have to be best friends with someone. However, you know, you can make a choice to stop acting an ass with
But
an
somebody has to
individual.
do it. Somebody has
Yes,
to do it. And
yes.
Marlo just said, at this point, let me just bite the bullet for the sake of the group.
Mhm.
Let me just not be involved in the BS anymore. And that's what she did.
Correct. You
Because
know?
she never said she's gonna be at Kenya's house on Friday
Mm,
doing s'mores at the fireplace. That's not what she said. She just said
mhm,
we're calling a ceasefire. We're too grown for this. Let's move forward so we can all have a good time together. Versus like you see Marlo pull up, and then there's uh Portia, and then
mhm.
you or there's Kenya. You wonder what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, wait. Oh, Blavi is backstage. I'm gonna pull her up.
Hi.
Hello.
So I didn't watch it again. Is it worth watching?
It was an interesting episode, and to me, the confessionals were more entertaining than the actual show.
Right. So
Okay.
you can watch you can honestly just watch like the clips, probably like the YouTube clips of the highlights, and next week's where it gets good.
Okay, so I'll watch next week's. But
Mhm.
is she married? Like, are they almost done with the season now?
They should be close because we
We
see
see the wedding.
wedding, so they should be close.
Okay, okay. Well, I just wanted to call him because, honey, did you watch that Oprah interview? Child, they had me there for two
No.
hours. Honey, what? I was watching that, Married to Medicine, an hour and a half. Then I
Yes,
watched well, I skimmed 90 Day Fiance. Is it just me or does that show need to be done? Like,
it needs
why
to be
is it
done.
taking so long?
I can't do it. I told Debbie, I'm like, do we have to cover this? She's like, yes, because
Yes.
everyone loves it. I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll skim through it.
It
because
was
we
a
know it's fake.
struggle.
Because
Mhm.
this whole thing with Nally boohooing, blowing snot on the plane, talking about like he called up the wedding. I'm like, we know y'all married already. I don't need to watch
Mhm.
this. It's annoying.
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it because I know you're gonna talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you doing Married to Medicine as well?
I want to, but I'm gonna leave that in Debbie. I'm gonna let Debbie make the decision because this
Okay,
first
in the
episode,
chat, who wants us to do Married to Medicine? This is another show I stopped watching because of the tomfoolery.
because this first episode, man, the shenanigans.
Oh,
Doctor Heavenly, Doctor
Well, I mean,
Heavenly as usual.
I wish Heavenly was
Go ahead.
I wish Dr. Henley would stop talking about sleeping with Damon. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, that can go.
and her saying daddy. I think that was one of the main reasons why I stopped watching the show. I could not hear another daddy.
What's going
Me
on?
neither.
Um, I'm in the middle of the interview. So only one person wants us to watch Married to Medicine. Thank you,
I
Michael X.
I like Married to
Okay,
Medicine.
that's fine. You don't have to, but
I
I'm just
enjoy
gonna
it
let
though.
y'all go. I'm not
Mhm.
watching Atlanta. Maybe the season finale. I'm just so bored with it.
Watch next week's episode go because this is when Latoya tries to comfort Drew and Drew just snaps on it. So I'm ready for that.
Okay, so we'll be done with this, and we'll be done with 90 Day Fiance soon, right?
I
We
hope
have to be.
it should have ended
Because
2 episodes ago.
Because they're starting to get married next week, right?
Is
Yeah,
anyone getting
yes,
married?
yeah, because you see Cynthia in the wedding dress.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
a feeling that they're like that's like 4 episodes down though.
No, because they already shot the reunion, so there's an end in sight.
I just don't trust any of their editing and their teasers. I just don't.
Maybe 3 more weeks, but like it's been fluff for the last 5. Have you realized that all the Ukrainian and Russian women got that American citizen by hook or crook, and every one of them is pregnant?
Isn't that the deal though?
Right.
No, but like you know how other people, they like Larissa, she didn't try for the baby.
Oh, I got you.
It was actually correct.
Gotcha. But Larissa already had 3 kids, though, so I don't think she's trying
A
to
year
do
of
too much.
marriage, and they're all pregnant.
Yeah, but I don't think she wanted to risk procreating with Colt.
Right.
Like, what if it came out like a cat or something? I don't know. I wouldn't risk that myself. And she doesn't seem
what if it came out with
like
her original
someone who
face?
enjoyed like being pregnant.
Well, I'm gonna let you go. What are you talking about later today?
12.
Is this it?
No, 12 is Bell Collective.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern is Bell Collective. We'll do a real quickie on that.
No, I didn't watch that. But we'll talk tomorrow about 90 Day, and you gotta watch the Oprah thing because I have to go live on it. It was so juicy. It was too much.
I set my reminder for your Oprah thing, so I'll be tuning in, and I'm gonna try to watch it before you, so that
it's
I at least
on
understand.
CBS.com. It's free. It's on
Oh, it
CBS.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
only an hour and 20 minutes when you watch it on CBS.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm going to be watching it, reviewing it, and we're going to play Guess Who Said That?
I love it.
Oh, good Lord. So everybody tune into Ablavi's channel later on today. What time are you doing that
7
show?
p.m. Eastern.
Okay, guys, let's all tune in to Ablavi this afternoon.
I'll be there.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. So yeah, this was Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 12, front page news. Anything else you want to share with this?
No, that was it. This is a good segue to a juicy next episode. I'm excited.
Okay, so I guess Tanya's gone. One man down. Let's hope that this gets better next week.
I think it will. I
don't trust anything you say anymore. This whole season sucked, with the exception of probably like 1 or 2 episodes.
Hey.
All right, guys. In the meantime, give us a thumbs up if you actually like this review. I know it was all over the place, and we do apologize. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend, have them join the conversation. We shall see you later for Bell Collective, and until then, bye.
Bye.